These are never just pictures. These are voices, these are messages, and these are testimonies that live forever. With my work, I want to spread awareness. I want to change stereotypes, and I want to raise the voice of the people that I photograph. I'm Muhammed Muheisen. I'm a two-time Pulitzer Prize winning photographer, a National Geographic photojournalist, and proudly the founder of the Dutch non-profit Everyday Refugees Foundation, where through photography we document, educate, help and empower refugees, local communities, and internally displaced people in different parts of the world. Half of my life I have been traveling the world with my camera to document stories that matter, stories of hope, stories of resilience, and stories of survival, stories of people who were forced to leave their homes and hopes, families and memories behind in search for a new safe home. Focusing mostly on children, as I personally believe that children are the real victim of conflict. Children all over the world share the same things in common. They seek fun, they seek joy, and they seek happiness. I spent 4 years and a half in Pakistan documenting the daily life and challenges Afghan refugees and internally displaced people face in the country. I usually spend enough time in the same environment to be able to show a window of people's daily life, to gain their trust, and to portray them with pride and respect. And one day, while working on the outskirts of Islamabad, I captured a moment of a young Afghan refugee boy while chasing bubbles released by a vendor. It's like a smile in the middle of the rubble where you have this beautiful scene. However, the surroundings are not the right surrounding for a child. Few months after, I went to find Zawar Khan, the young boy who was chasing the bubble, but I had in my hand a print of that moment to hand it to him. That moment was priceless. He was so happy, he was so proud. And that was the moment that I realized how a simple kindness could make a lot of difference in someone's life. Recently, I traveled to the Romanian-Ukrainian border to document some of the stories of the people who fled the war in Ukraine. In a cold morning, I stood by the border, and this is when I saw a young mother holding her child very tight after crossing the border. I approached Hannah and I asked her if I can portray her and her daughter Kira. And kindly she told me, please go ahead. I want the world to learn about my story. I got emotional. And this is when Hannah walked toward me. She hugged me tight and comforted me. And these are the people that I photographed. They're kind and humble, just like Hannah. This is Zahra Mahmoud, a young Syrian refugee girl living with her family in a tented settlement in Jordan. I met Zahra for the first time in 2015, shortly after she and her family fled the war in Syria, taking refuge in neighboring Jordan. Zahra was very sad, very quiet, and the scars of war can be seen all over her tiny face. After approaching her father, Zahra's portrait was published in every major media platform out there. She became the face of that conflict. However, nothing changed in her life. So I made it my mission, my commitment, my responsibility to keep telling Zahra stories to the world. I'm in touch with Zahra and I visit her at least once every year just to keep her story going. There is a hope out there, and we should never stop believing. And this is simply why I'm a photographer, to make a difference. Big or small, at least we start somewhere.